Distracted driving, it is one of the most dangerous things you can do while behind the wheel.
According to the National Traffic Highway Safety Administration, nationwide distracted driving kills on average 9 people each day. Here in Ohio, there is a bill working its way through the House that would strengthen distracted driving rules. Tonight, 10 TV's Richard Solomon has more from one mother and why this fight is so personal for her. Richard.
Well, Yolanda, Andrew, advocates say it only takes a fraction of a second for an accident to happen if you're looking down at the phone while driving. For the Richardsons, they've been living the last several years feeling the everyday pain that's attached to distracted driving. They're hoping House Bill 283, if passed, will bring permanent change to Ohio's roads.
August 29th, 2014. At 3:40 in the afternoon.
That moment in time is one Kathy Richardson will never forget.
At 15:40 in the afternoon. I thought I was having a heart attack and I hadn't had enough water to drink that day. Turns out that wasn't the case.
Her heart in human form. Her son, Nathan Richardson.
It was Nathan's right to stay alive, and that right was taken away from him by a distracted driver.
Her son's smile and pictures keep she and her husband Doug fighting for change in distracted driving laws.
What I see is bad behavior from so many people on the road.
That change could come from House Bill 283.
Right now, texting and driving can't be the sole reason why officers pull you over in the state of Ohio. If you're over 18, but under this new bill, that would change. Even being behind the wheel with a phone in your hand would be enough.
House Bill 283 is extremely needed for Ohio's roadways.
Kimberly Schwind is a spokesperson for AAA. She says the organization supports the proposed bill. She says the state first passed the distracted driving legislation a decade ago. And as technology advances, the laws that are in place to keep people safe need to also.
Looking away from the road for just 2 seconds doubles your risk of crashing. And when you're looking at your phone, you're looking away for a whole lot longer than that.
Kathy will never forget that day in August, but she knows change moving forward honors him.
And that's why we are doing what we're doing. So another person, hopefully not one more person, has to drive behind a hearse bringing their son back to the funeral home.
Now, Nathan was a captain with the Air National Guard. Kathy says her son now has a different set of wings, but he's still creating change. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Richard. Now let's bring in 10 TV's Dom Tiberi. Dom, you can identify wholly with this mother and her grief.
They're dear friends. I love them. As a matter of fact, they're on our board. I support this bill wholeheartedly. The bottom line is this, folks. Car crashes remain the leading killer of our children. They are the third leading killer of all age groups. And the bottom line is this, it's underreported. The statistic Andrew gave, about 9 people a day, it's probably many, many more than that. I would argue, as a matter of fact, majority of crashes we see in the United States today are due to some kind of distraction. We must end this madness, and I support this bill. I hope our legislators pass it. You write laws because the majority of the people will follow the law, and we need this law. It is out of control. Traffic and travel in Ohio is down because of COVID, has been down, and yet deaths and car crashes are at a 10-year high. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. What do you think the chances are that this bill will pass?
I hope it does. I hope it does, but we can't write our way out of the tickets. I hope that this passes, but we need to educate people better. We need to change the culture. I agree with Governor DeWine. When we were kids, no one wore a seatbelt. You don't think twice about it now. We need to make distracted driving that type thing, that you get in the car and you drive the car to get from point A to point B and get there safely. I don't want to see any other families go through the nightmare that Kathy and Doug are, and for that matter, Terry and I are. We want to wake up from this nightmare.
All right. Thanks, Dom.